Was that yesterday or is that today?
Yeah.
That was
ending in
yesterday.
Y, yeah.
There you go. That was great. Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Well, to start right here, after 2 wins out of 3 on the homestand and a win against Pittsburgh, what kind of headway does that give for the work day today and the trip ahead for this week?
Well, just a little bit of a break yesterday with the day off. Coming out of a real busy stretch, and now heading back into a busy week this week. But really just turn the page. There's a lot of good coming out of the Pittsburgh game. There's also a lot of things that we can take from that game and look at it and say, hey, we got to be a little bit better in these areas. So just a matter of those were important points, but now just moving forward and continuing to work to get better and concentrate on the next game tomorrow.
Looked like that Schwartz and Nebs weren't with the group, but they were out earlier this morning. Were they just on maintenance days today?
Yes.
Can we get an injury update on Grubauer and Donskoy?
Donskoy, nothing, no change there with Groovy. It's his lower body. He's week to week right now.
Dave, you've been running pretty similar lines the last homestand and even before that. You feel pretty comfortable with the lineup as it stands?
Well, we're starting to see some chemistry with all of all 4 of the lines. Now there's been changes, especially to the bottom 6 more so than to Wenny's line and Maddie's line. Those have stayed pretty similar for the last, I think we're into probably game 6 now, so starting to see some chemistry amongst those 2 groups as well as all of them.
Being that he's taken over the lead in scoring now, what's a healthy Jaden Schwartz meant to this room and also his line mates?
Well, the scoring is the obvious part, but there's so much more that he does. I mean, he's a possession guy. He he's got the ability just to settle the game down, getting out of the zone. He's good on the wall, so he can take care of a puck and get you out of your zone. And then, the key there is that he's able to make the next play, which continues possession. So there's so many little things that he does well that don't show up on the score sheet. He's an important guy for our group.
You mentioned the other night that you look at the season in segments. Are those 10-game segments? And what do you think out of these first 10 games? You got 10 points.
Yeah, no, I typically, we look at them in 5-game segments, but without getting into too much detail on it. You have a goal within each of your segments, and obviously the end goal is, as you piece those segments together, the end goal is, to put yourself in position to be a playoff team.
Hey, Dave, in terms of things that you mentioned this Saturday night about things in the third period, you guys are a little bit back on your heels. What can you do to make that not happen?
Well, those are, like I just said, those some of the little things that Schwartzy does so well. We've got to become better in some of those areas. And there was probably 2 segments during the third period where I thought we got we didn't make the next play, and that's I don't know if I explained it well enough or not, but when you defend for 30 seconds and then make a play to get the puck out of the zone and just give it right back, that means you're defending again. So it's that next play. It's extending possession into the offensive zone. It's being more intelligent and spending more time in the offensive zone. In order to extend sequences and extend possession time. And we had some runs where we did that well in the third period, and we had others where we didn't execute well enough to give ourselves that possession. Now, you're playing a good team. They're going to make plays as well. They're going to have a push. So there's going to be those times where you have to defend well, and you got to weather the storm. But like I said, there's some points in that third period where we can improve and get better, and we will.
Is Shane Wright's development and how it suits and works within the framework of your team a daily conversation, a weekly conversation? How's that going?
Well, there's a plan in place. Certainly it's something that we discuss each day, and something that we execute each day. So, that's Shane he's making progress. so he's been out of the lineup now for the last 8 or 9 days. But he's working at things, and he's doing things that we need him and want him to do outside of game action. So he's going to get back in a game sooner than later. Whether that's tomorrow. We're coming off a good win, so typically we'll there's a good chance we'll stay with a similar lineup to what we had in the Pittsburgh game. But Shane's going to come back in the lineup and have an opportunity to get back into game action.
Good.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.